Okay, well, I'm sitting here with Brother Love.
Right. Yeah, that's me.
What's up? So we're neighbors.
Yeah, we live a block away or something like that.
Yeah, except I'm too lazy to actually walk. I still drive.
That's okay.
That's fine.
You were going to get a bike, I thought, at one point.
I did get a bike. Here's the problem. I remember I went to Walmart or something, and I saw a bike that fit me, and I found out what the measurements were or whatever. And I was like, okay, so this is the size I'm looking for. So when I'm searching the internet, I think it was like Craigslist or something, and I find one that fits those measurements. I'm like, great. So I go, I pick it up. Now, I had to walk like 1.5 miles over there to go get it because I was going to ride it home, dead of summer in Vegas. Good idea. It was too big for me. So now I can get on it, but I have to stand on the curb to be able to get over the side of the bike. And then once I'm on it, when I have to stop, like at a light or something, I have to make sure that I have a thing to like lean, like fall down onto. So it's a little scary. So I can ride it, but it's a little scary because I'm a little small for that bike. Because I was an idiot, didn't know how to measure a bike. So, yeah, I can ride it, kind of. I try.
What if you, like, take your butt off the seat and move a little bit forward, like... Because there's the bar, right?
Mm-hmm.
From the handles to the seat.
Mm-hmm.
And if you just slide a little bit forward, then you can stand perfectly. No, I'm going to take a look at your bike and see.
You're going to have to take a look at the bike.
What's wrong with your seat?
He's sawed the seat down. It's as low as it can go.
Okay. So then the bar's right there. Got it.
Because I got on and I was like, I couldn't even get on the bike. And he was like, oh, he gets a saw.
At Walmart?
No, I bought it off of Craigslist.
Okay.
But that's what I get.
Does that exist anymore? Is Craigslist still around?
I mean, there's all that crazy personals section is gone.
Okay.
But all the rest of it's still there.
I thought like all those OfferUps and Fivers were the place to buy shit. No, but Craigslist is still it, huh?
I don't know. I mean, I use Fiverr and all those for like digital stuff, and I don't know. What have you bought off of there?
Nothing.
Okay.
I was looking for people to make graphics and logos because I'm too cheap to buy
digital stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was looking on there for somebody to set up a website or something for me.
For $5?
Do you know Fiverr's no longer a $5? It's no longer. I mean, good luck finding a $5 gig.
Well, we can go on and on about that if you want to talk about the 99-cent store and the Dollar Tree and all that shit. Was it Five Below? Is there anything Five Below?
I'm pretty sure not.
No.
I doubt it.
Like even a candy bar is like $2.99, right? I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
These
I remember
Biden
when they were like
prices.
25 cents. Now I'm aging myself.
Yeah.
Candy bars were 25 cents.
But they still should be 25 cents.
They still should be.
Because they got smaller, right?
Oh, yeah.
There's no
way
such thing
smaller.
as the king size candy bar anymore. It's the family, the share pack, and it's 2 pieces instead of 1 big fucking chunk of chocolate, right? If you get the Snickers or if you get some king size is the share pack, and they took out like 2 ounces.
Yeah.
The piece that used to be in the bite that was in the center, bridging the 2 pieces of chocolate.
Yeah.
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 Or
Well, that used to be the snack size. Is that like that? I remember that.
So you're putting 2 snack sizes into a fucking share pack and calling it $3.59 at freaking 7-Eleven. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just bitching.
What else do you want to bitch about? This is fun.
How about Oreo double stuffed? If we're going to go down this line real quick, Oreo double stuff is not double stuff. Just bought a pack. Got the family pack. Oreo double stuff. Because we're trying to make some vanilla, Oreo shakes at home.
Okay.
And the first thing is, and the kids don't lie. They're like, this isn't double stuffed, Dad. I'm like, I know.
Oh, yeah, but that's because they created mega stuff.
Right.
Which was the actual double
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny. I just bought some of those yesterday.
What's your favorite Oreo? White chocolate? Yep.
I've never had the white chocolate one.
Fudge dip Oreos.
I've never had. Look, it sounds like you live on the wild side over there.
You don't eat sweets?
I'm a little bit. No, that's not. Have we met? No, I actually just bought some Oreos yesterday. I shouldn't have. Don't tell my trainer. So, yeah, I get just the double stuff ones.
Okay.
But when they have all these seasonal ones, weird flavors, blah, 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 I'm just like, why?
Yeah.
Why?
Halloween with the orange filling.
Yeah. I think I bought those once and they look like a pumpkin or something.
Okay. Do they stain your teeth?
They were garbage. I
just
don't
gotta
remember.
ask.
Probably.
I'm afraid to like that orange dye, number 97, with COVID built in. Hey, with COVID.
Guaranteed to
Yeah.
give you something. Yeah. Ugh. Nah. But I definitely have a problem with sweets. I like Reese's. I like Snickers.
Amen to that.
You know.
Ice cream or pastries?
Ice cream.
Okay.
But I like frozen yogurt better than actual ice cream.
Chocolate or sweet and sour?
I like more sour.
The sour vines?
No, like with ice cream, I like sorbets. But like sour candy stuff, I can't handle that.
Okay, got it.
It's too much.
Chocolate candy.
I don't like chocolate ice cream. I love chocolate candy, but I don't like chocolate ice cream.
Interesting.
I know it's weird.
So you can't have a chocolate shake?
Yeah, but I would still choose a vanilla one.
Okay. Got it. Hey.
I'm really boring.
Learning something. Not even Oreos cookies?
Well, I like the Oreos. That's what I'm saying. I just don't. I've never tried all the wild, whatever the fuck that is. Except Trader Joe's used to have the vanilla. They were like Oreos. Do you know what I'm talking about? They had the vanilla ones. Those were amazing. They don't have them anymore.
COVID. They went away with the wine guy at Trader Joe's, right? Remember all the MILFs that used to hang out with the wine guy on Thursdays and Fridays? That shit was crazy.
Tell me about that.
My baby's mama used to be into that too. I'm like, you're fucking weird.
What was it? I don't even know what this is.
Because Trader Joe's used to have all the samples, right? Or more samples. And there was always a corner of the store where they did the samples. And then there, in the other corner, they would have like some dude spilling wine for people, pouring wine for anybody.
You're kidding.
No. And then I think it was Thursdays or Friday. Oh, yeah.
I missed out.
And a bunch of MILFs would be hanging out trying to get that free drink.
Fucking alcoholics.
With some Trader Joe's dude in a Hawaiian shirt.
Wow. I bet that was a good job for him.
I'm sure.
I mean,
he got a lot of fucking puss.
Yeah.
They're there to get drunk. It's afternoon.
It's like being a bouncer at a club, but this way it's like better.
Yeah.
Well, okay, I have a question though, because we've talked about like some family stuff and our nice little treats that we like to steal from our kids and but how so you're a family guy, but you're also in the adult industry.
Yeah.
How do you balance that? Do you balance that?
Yeah.
Is it just chaotic? I feel like it's chaotic for me. It is and it isn't.
It's kind of like a loaded question, and I don't know where to begin to answer that question, but I'm just going to say this. For me, I got it.
You got it.
It's handled.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, any advice to those of us who feel like we live in a storm?
We're single parents. And there's a lot of single parents in our business, but all over the world, right? I think it's mostly women in our business that's single. Parents, or are they sharing custody? What do you think? I don't share custody. I have custody.
Right. The ones that I know, I think, have full custody.
Okay.
But I do know there's a lot of shared custody. And it seems like the former partner has a lot of bitterness. So that tends to be kind of contentious arrangements. I think a lot of ex-partners have problem with their, baby mama or whatever being in the industry. So then it gets messy for people. But I don't know.
Here's my routine in a nutshell. I take the kids to school. I get to set.
I need that closer.
I shoot porn. Somehow, some way they got to get home. So it's either the bus, my next door neighbor will pick them up, or they can walk, depending on which school they go to. And then I get off about 4 or 5, so they're home, I don't know, eating Hot Pockets and playing video games until I get home to, supervise and make sure they get homework in, excuse me. So I think it's pretty easy. It wasn't easy like 2 or 3 years ago when they needed me more. So you got younger ones. But you live in a place, I think, where there's neighbors to help take the kids at those times when you need them. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, other than that, you just don't have much of a social life, so you kind of get over that real quick. So you got to get your dick or your pussy on set.
Yeah, but
Unless you're trying to, date up afterwards. And I don't know. I've never done that. I don't have time to date or fuck around on my free time. And I don't have a lot of free time because, the kids are in this activity or that activity, or he's in band and she's in some ROTC program. So whenever I think I have a day off, I'm like, oh, nope, I got to take this kid this way and this kid that way. So, date doesn't fit in the schedule.
no, because it's like, do they ever have to be in the same place at the same time? Because that seems to be kind of like the hallmark of kids' after-school activities. Like,
Well, I
this
got
one
a
has
boy
to
and
be
a girl.
here.
You got a boy and a girl, so no. And they're two different ages. She's older than him. Her activities are completely different. So no, I spend most of my time driving around town. I mean, my morning is taking one to this school over here, then the other school over here. They're on two different shifts, so their schools are an hour apart. It's not easy, but it's also really not that hard.
Yeah,
You just have to get up and do it,
yeah.
right?
I've got a pretty good routine, I think.
Yeah.
I also have a Frenchie who's like a third child.
Yeah, I don't have pets. I won't bring that into my
But my problem is I
Can't do
want
it.
more. Then because
pets.
I love dogs, and I'm on Instagram, and I'm like, oh, it needs a home. Oh, it's been like, it's in the shelter. It's been in the shelter for 6 months. It's waiting for its home. And then my bleeding heart, I just want another fucking animal, and I can't do it. I can't do it, and I have to put the phone down and walk away, and I get upset, and I'm just like, what is wrong
Well,
with
see,
me?
that's good. What is wrong with you, one? But two, that's good that you put the phone down. I'm not a big pretty pet person. Like, I don't hate pets, but just why?
Why not? What's the problem with a pet? More work? More what? You're not into
First of all, kids are already dirty. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
I got a daughter who's got long hair. My son had long hair, and I hate hair. So when someone's doing the laundry and I'm pulling hairs out of this, and hairs out of that, and hairs on the floor, and hairs in my food, hairs in my refrigerator, I don't know how it got there. And I'm bald, so I don't know where the hell the hair came from.
Not from you.
And it's one of you kids. So then you just throw a pet on that? Nah, I can't do that. And
I've had so much hair that I have a name for it. You ready for this?
Your hair?
Yeah.
Or pet hair?
My hair.
What is it?
Mander strands. Because you'll have a shirt and it's itching you,
Okay.
and you Mander strands.
Yeah, and see, that's vomit right there. To me, that's like seaweed in the ocean. When you're in the ocean and you get tangled up by some kelp, and you're just like, nah, I don't want that piece of hair in my life. It's got to go. And then because we shoot, I can see one piece of hair from a mile away. Like if you're fucking and I see a hair on your ass, it's got to go. Cut. Take the hair off of her ass.
Do you actually cut, or do you just pause for a second, get rid of it, and then
Cut.
continue? Really? Okay.
Yeah, because the male performers are retarded.
Really?
If you know what I mean? Like,
I gotta move this.
maybe you don't know what I mean because you're bent over and not paying attention and doing your part. But if I'm trying to make eye contact with this dude who's fucking you in doggy style, and there's the fucking long Amanda hair coming down your ass crack, and it's on the camera side, and it's fucking in your asshole, and he's banging it in and out of your pussy, and it's just, I'm like, I have to cut because it's in 4K, and if I'm the guy off, I'm gonna see that fucking hair, and I can't pay attention to what's going on. Cut, please, because if I try to make eye contact with this goofy guy, anybody, my camera might shake. I'm trying to acknowledge them, and then I'm getting frustrated. I'm like, you stupid, you're fucking her. Why don't you see that? And then I don't normally use really good male performers. I use kind of average guys. So a good male performer kind of has an awareness of the situation. he might pull it away and then just casually and the fan or the viewer will never know that dude just moved that hair off because he saw it. The fan will just see him touching the girl or whatever it is. A newer guy or a guy with not a lot of experience, he might accidentally pinch her while trying to get the hold of the hair, or it might slip. Any number of things could happen when you're working with a not qualified male performer.
Not qualified.
So I would a humper, just a hard cock will pass sometimes because you can't have a limp dick. So yeah, I will cut and please remove the hair, or I'll have my assistant, who's a woman, ask, is it okay if I take the hair off your ass? And it's usually a yes. Because the female performer doesn't want to look like a fucking stupid ass. You're there, you're in compromising positions, and you're supposed to be looking pretty and sexy, or at least fucked well and sexy at the same time. You don't want to have like fucking TP anywhere or random bits of your fucking panty strings that caught on your pussy lips. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Or lipstick in your teeth, or shit like that.
There's times like right before a scene, like if I have to hurry and pee, right? I don't even want to use regular toilet paper because I think one time I did and it left a little tiny white thing and the male performer didn't catch it. So when I'm looking at the pictures after, I'm pissed. Because I'm like, how did you miss that?
That's, okay, we're getting into porno now, right?
Yeah, we can, wherever we want to
go.
We'll
be all over the place.
Yeah, it's great.
Because it started with dog and cat hair.
Yeah. Okay. And now we're talking about fucking.
It's not his responsibility. Kinda.
I mean, he's the one who can see it, though. Now I'm going to disagree with you here.
Who can see it, though? I'm going to put you to the test.
Camera.
That's right. Who's holding the camera? Him, if he's in POV, but he ain't holding the camera. The cameraman's holding the camera.
Got it.
So he didn't cut, or if the director has a budget and he's watching the monitor, is he fucking around with the girl that's offset, or is he watching the monitor? You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Because if the director's getting his fucking flirt game on, making, fucking arrangements to bang the next porn star, he's not paying attention to the cotton that's on your fucking pussy or whatever it was that should have been omitted. And the camera guy should have cut, should have said something, or maybe he's too afraid to say shit because the director's a dick. Do you know what I'm saying? But it's the camera guy's responsibility if he's holding camera.
Does that happen a lot where like the camera guy is like intimidated or scared to maybe cut or stop or something because of a director?
Yeah, that's the employee-boss relationship.
Just pulled
it shouldn't be.
Right.
But there is an employee-boss relationship. That's why new girls have a hard time defending themselves against certain sex acts that they may not want to perform because they don't know how to say no. Do you understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because they're used to working at fast food or this place where you can't say no to the boss. The boss is the director, so she might just not know how to speak up for herself because just naturally doesn't have that instinct because our business is not really corporate America.
No, it's not normal.
It's run by idiots that do a lot of corporate stuff. But at the end of the day, the production side, there's nothing corporate about it. I don't think. You can pretend that it's corporate. You can pretend that there's somebody in human resources vouching for the girls, but if the girl's batshit crazy or if the guy's a fucking nut job and you want a scene, you gotta do all sorts of miraculous things to accommodate them until you can get off set with a paycheck. And you're like, yes, never hiring you again, but we did make it to the finish line. Thank you for the payday.
Right. Well, that kind of makes me think about a lot of girls that, because like you just said, they feel like maybe they can't say no or they have to do things. You should be upfront before you even start a scene what you're okay with and what you're not. Do people do this? I know a lot of companies do.
Yeah, but there's the vague thing, right? If you say, what's your favorite color, and I say red, and you go get me a red shirt, and I say that, well, that's not the right color red. It's the same thing. It's the different hue. It's just different interpretation, right? So in our scenario, let's say maybe you have an itemized list of do's and don'ts. So let's say it like that, and then you get to like the portion where there's like some rougher sex, and there's like choking, slapping, hair pulling, fish hooks, and all this stuff that we're kind of used to. Excuse me. And she says, "Okay, yeah, I like slapping," but then to her it's I don't know, like level 4 or 5. And this dude fucking backhands her like he's trying to fucking crack her across the room because he's some sort of action star. Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? And she gets some teeth fall out of her face. You know, I'm just saying there's or if
it's different levels.
Yeah.
Of it. Yeah.
So how could she know that it was going to go to that level when she thought it was this level? There's always some sort of ambiguous gray area. Yeah. It's also the responsibility of the company too. I think the bigger companies don't fuck around too much. It's just an air of responsibility with most directors and cameramen and companies. It's always probably like the more boutique shops, like the POV guys, or they have one site. The facial abuse is a good example.
Oh.
I'm sure that most of those girls don't know what they're getting into when they do it, and when they finally get there, most of them are just like, fuck, I've gone this far. I might as well finish because I need to get a paycheck. And I'll put them on the spot because I've heard that so many times from girls coming in and out.
Yeah.
You know, if you haven't heard that story in porno, you haven't been around porno long enough. But where a girl will just muscle through a scene even though she fucking can't stand it because she's already there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep, I get that.
And if she, you know, if she doesn't want to do it next time, she doesn't have to take the gig, but she'll finish up usually.
I haven't been in any of those situations. I try to do some due diligence and like look at what's your site, what's your Twitter, what am I looking at, what type of content do you do, so I kind of know what I'm going into.
And that's an area of personal safety, responsibility, and there's a lot of performers, newer and older, that just that just don't pay attention or do the research or figure out who they're fucking because it's usually on a call sheet. Usually, you know, but then there's companies that are real vague or agents that don't tell their people what they're getting into at all, so they just go to set. I didn't know what I don't do anal. That one, right? I was scheduled to do anal, but I don't do anal. And now the director's mad at me, so I just did it. What?
Wow. Can you imagine not being prepared for anal and then you go in for an anal scene? That just doesn't sound good.
No, it's not a good situation.
There's a lot of preparation that needs to be done for that. Not that I would know. I don't have an anal scene yet.
To be clean, I think you would probably have to spend a couple hours just to fucking flush yourself out. It's not like an easy 5 minutes. No.
A lot of girls, they'll fast. They'll do a colon cleanse. Like, there's a whole process.
Yeah, and then you get to know yourself, and then you're like, I'm going to eat a bean burrito and a fucking cup of coffee before I go to set. Because I know that I'm not going to poop on you. It's just fine. It's finding your rhythm, right? So if you see any of the older male performers, it's always like a cute thing to pay attention to. Just watch the old male performers and just see what they bring with them. In that this guy he might bring Snickers.
Okay.
This guy might bring a banana and a protein shake. You know,
Red Bull.
Recently, I've been watching Ryan King. He brings salami and the mozzarella wrapped in salami. Because they just know what they need to make it through a scene that's going to take 4, 5, 6 hours. You know, because you don't want to really eat because it takes away from the blood that you need to activate your cock, but you also can't get so famished that your cock's not working because you're hungry, right? And same with women, right? You don't want to eat because what if you have to poop? Because if you have a faster metabolism. Or you don't want to eat because I'm going to look bloated, right? So you're like there to do your thing.
Or your stomach's full and then they're pressing down on you and you're like, oh, it's like too much.
Sure.
Yeah, nope.
So, you know, and we've all been farted on and queefed on and pissed on, and every once in a while you randomly pooped on, even if it's not an anal scene. Shit happens.
Even if it's not an anal scene?
If there's a hard squirter, if the girl that's squirting is really trying to push the squirt, oh, she's pooping. That happens every once in a while.
Really?
I don't shoot a whole lot of squirt stuff anymore, but it had happened to me in the past where girls are pushing too hard.
And
they're pooping.
That's because we have a squirting scene.
Yeah.
But there's no pushing for me. It just happens. There's like no effort whatsoever. It's just bing.
So I don't know anything about female urinary tract.
I'm like, that, what? Now I'm over here scratching my head.
So you would have to do this in the shower, I would imagine. Like the next time you pee or squirt or whatever you want to call it, see how far you can shoot it normally. Like, you've been around guys that pee just randomly in trees every once in a while if you're out camping or whatever. Normally, a guy's peeing down, but if he wants to goof off, let's say you're in the snow and he wants to fucking write his name in the snow, he's going to try to get a little bit of launch time, right?
Right.
I've never pushed hard to make it launch further. But women in our business that squirt have the pride about them that it squirts with a particular velocity.
Projectile.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think it was several years ago where when they did a scene where they got all the squirters. It was Shane's World. All the biggest squirters in the business. And they were going to measure the distance that their squirt would travel. I think the furthest one was like 16 feet. Like
16.
So when I say pushing, I mean they're however they need to launch their squirt, body fluid, whatever you want to call it. 16 feet is pretty fucking far.
Wow.
That's past that. We're in your living room. That's further than your front door.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's fierce. It's not like
fierce.
And then the last one the last drop is just making it there.
Yeah.
No, it's like a freaking, a rainbow sprinkler.
Wow.
So yeah, that poop does happen.
Wow, that's wild.
And how did we get there?
I don't know.
From girls that get taken advantage of or don't know how to say no. That's where that was coming from.
Yeah. Wow.
But any girl that's lasted longer than a year, they got their shit together. It's not an easy learn. Whether you get a bad first start or a good first start, you still have to learn something. Mm-hmm. What was your first scene like? Were you nervous at all? Or were you like, I'm cool with this?
No, I wasn't nervous. Well, okay, because mine came in stages. When I first started, I just started shooting with amateurs.
Okay.
And so... my focus was getting more clips. I wasn't doing like full scenes.
Okay.
So I was like, I want to get a few minutes of this, a few minutes of this. So it was more broken up.
Right.
And then after about 4 months or so, I started working with professionals. And then even then it was still just me shooting it myself. And then I ended up working with it wasn't a company. It was like a group of friends basically who were all like producing their own stuff.
Okay.
But it was still like a crew. So it was my first time actually in a professional environment. The paperwork, the team of people, like,
right.
The camera guy. And I remember there was a position. It looked hot. It was great. But it was like a reverse cowgirl.
Yep.
And I had to do all these squats. And I'd been working out for a while, so I was able to do it.
That's good.
But it really was like, I was like, how many minutes of this do you need to get? Because this is a hard one to do. So I remember having to take a little break in the middle. I got about a minute and a half and I was like, okay, hang on. Let me get a little rest here and do another one. But I wasn't nervous. They had lights. They had all this stuff. And I was expecting to be more, I don't know, bashful, more like uncomfortable being
right.
in front of so many people. And it wasn't a thing at all. I was
okay.
like, wow, I'm a fucking exhibitionist, apparently. I didn't know.
Yep. Now you do.
Now I do. And then I've been on sets for companies and stuff, and it's very similar to that. It's just feels like more paperwork, more red tape, more...
What's red tape?
Red tape, like, I guess all of the recorded interviews beforehand and like just kind of the, more...
Yeah.
I don't know what you'd call it. Just covering their asses.
Yeah, they do
over
that.
and over and over. They have to. But then the rest of us are just like, let's fucking film it. Great.
Yeah.
How did you get into it though?
In the beginning, for me?
Yeah. How did it start?
I don't know. When did the internet start?
Stop.
I mean, that's kind of it. I got started when porn was uploaded line by line for pictures before video.
Before
was that
video?
96? Was that 95? I'm trying to think about that because when I came in for a photographer in Chatsworth, and porno was only being shot at Chatsworth at the time, or in Los Angeles in the Valley, San Fernando Valley. There wasn't Miami. There wasn't Vegas. I don't think Frisco had anything going on. And all of the photographers that were signed or had work with the major magazines became sought after by web creators. So it was all code at the time, right? I don't really know what I'm talking about, but I think the beginning of the internet started with something called HTML. And anybody that learned how to do coding could put up a website anywhere. We know that now, obviously. You could be anywhere in the world and create a website. But so they needed the content. The only place to get content was girls in California. So what happened, I think I'm just going to use 96 as a reference. I don't know if that's true or not. But somewhere around 95, 96, all of these guys and gals that were learning HTML made it to AVN, which was at the Venetian at the time. And so they would just get together. They would meet with a variety of the photographers, whether it was like Clive McLean over at Hustler or Suze Randall. My boss was Scott St. James, and he was shooting sex layouts for High Society and Club magazines, some of the more nudie magazines. You might only find, on a legit newsstand with like 40 or 50 nude books, or in a sex store. Because the only thing that was on the shelf at the time was maybe like Playboy, Penthouse, and if you could find it, maybe Hustler. But there was hundreds of different magazines. And so these HTML guys locked down these photographers. Every photographer in the business had probably double, tripled, or quadrupled their workload. So it was because they weren't just doing the magazines anymore. Now they were booking all these girls to do online stuff. And then my boss is just like, I need help. And my best friend was working for this dude. And he's like, you got to come check this out. So I was like, yeah, whatever, because I was already working at a strip club. How much better can it be? Because I'm already surrounded by naked girls. I was bartending and DJing at like a bikini bar in Pasadena.
Okay.
But, they had lap dances and stuff like that.
In Pasadena?
And if you had a little flirt game, you don't really have to. You don't have to have a flirt game around horny women. You don't. So I've never even known if I've needed a flirt game in the adult business for the last 30 years. I probably have no game if I really try to pull chicks because I've never needed it for 30 years. And so anyway, I was working at that club. I was like, whatever. There's already fucking beautiful girls here. He's like, no, you got to hang out. Check this out. And I went over to visit with him. My best friend, he had a couple 18-year-old girls in from Oregon. And they were fucking wild. And I was like, this is way better than the strip club I'm in. And yeah, that's fucking like 96, I don't know, 28 years ago.
Wow.
So I've been doing this a long time. Yeah.
A long time. What advice would you have for newbies?
Now?
Yeah. I mean, the game has changed.
Keep your fucking day job. Keep your fucking day job. Because I don't know how many people are fucking thriving in porno now. I mean, maybe I'm older. I'm not kind of in the loop, so I don't work as much as I did. But you used to be able to work 7 days a week. We're family people, so I actually have to limit my scenes, so I don't know if that has prohibited me from actually working. I'll know in a couple years when my kids are grown and doing their own thing, but yeah, I would say do porn as a part-time job, not a full-time job. Unless you're able to do OnlyFans and some of these other platforms, which is kind of cool. You have all these platforms that didn't exist when I was doing it, so the money is still there, but you have to do more on your own. So if you don't have a little bit of work ethic and a little bit of stamina and a little bit of a desire to succeed, you might not make it anyway. Because if you're doing your own content, then you have to produce, you have to edit, you have to do all these other things that before you would just have an agent and work 6-7 days a week. Mm-hmm. And you didn't have to do anything as a female or male performer. The call was waiting for you. There was enough companies that you could work all the time. I don't even know how many companies there are. That's how kind of lost I am. There's like maybe 10 big companies.
Yeah, it's not as many.
And a bunch of smaller companies that shoot a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Mm-hmm. You know, so I don't know if anybody could make a living shooting for 10 companies and a little bit of this and a little bit of that. We should one day figure out how many companies there are, because AVN's way smaller than it used to be.
Yeah,
you know,
I've heard that.
So if I started in the business in '96 and it was at the Venetian, and it was 2 or 3, maybe 4 giant halls, and everybody who was anybody had a booth, and it's still expensive, then I'm assuming there was money hand over fist at that time. I mean, tons and tons and tons and tons of money in the business. And now a lot of the main companies maybe go to AVN and get like a small business booth underneath the main hall or the main floor. There used to, I don't know the layouts of the hotels, but for a while, you know, there's like the main exhibition, the exhibit floor, but I don't know who's on the floor. Like My Free Cams has dominated for the last several years. You know, they have all the fucking bands, and well, good for them. Thank you for somebody stepping up and making some money. But it's nobody else. I can't tell who's making money. Does Pornhub advertise like My Free Cams? I mean, even though they're the biggest site online.
No, not really.
So just imagine now everybody had like a booth that was like 20 or 30 feet long, and every girl was signing. There was no girls walking around at AVN when I started. They were all in
They all had
booths.
booths.
And they were all put up, and they were all getting paid $500-$600 a day without even thinking about it.
Really?
No companies didn't think about it. They were all in makeup, fighting over who got in first, who got in last, because nobody wanted to be first, because you're all fucking around and partying the night before everybody came. You take a week off after AVN because everybody came home with gonorrhea or chlamydia because everybody fucked everybody. They didn't have time to everybody. You know, it's fucking awesome. But AVN is so much smaller now.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of tiny, and there's like 3 or 4 shows that run in conjunction with each other now. Is it AVN and XRCO or AVN and I don't know. I can't remember last year. There was 2 or 3 shows that were kind of overlapping the same time
There's
as AVN.
like X3, which is new, and XBiz, which is now XMA, is like the week before, and then like a few days later is AVN, and like one's in LA and one's here, and it's just like, so everybody's kind of having
it's
to
weird.
be all
It's
over
like
the
Hollywood.
place.
How many award shows do you need, motherfuckers? Like, do we need all these award shows?
I remember when I worked in the
Because they don't
spas,
even fucking matter.
it was like award season, and I feel like it's the same for our industry. Award season was like January through March or something. For us, it's like January.
Yeah.
Boom. All of them. Be here, be here, be here. You better show up. Have all your makeup. It's like, it's a lot to ask of performers who may or may not be making much either, depending on, well, because it sounds like when they talk about porn stars, that was more of a star lifestyle
There's
back
no
in the
such thing as
day.
a porn star today,
But
I would
now
say.
it's like content creators now. It's like content creator culture, because you have to wear all the hats to be successful.
Right.
You can't just show up and fuck and then walk out and get paid. It's not really like that.
Who's the last porn star, if we think of it?
Oh, that's a good
Who's
question.
the last female porn star? That should be a porno. The last female porn star, because I don't think they exist anymore. Like, who's the big shit today? Somebody that's contracted with Vixen. Who are even the big companies right now? If there's a glamour company, who is it?
Brazzers, maybe?
They're not glamour. They're goofy.
They're good.
I'll be the
Oh,
first
that's
person
true.
to say
They're
Brazzers
goofy.
is goofy as fuck. You got some stupid ass
They're cheesy
ad
stories.
on the side of fucking Pornhub with a bunch of fucking Macaulay Culkin faces. You can be PC with
Yeah.
them if you want to. I'll be like, they're fucking goofy.
They are goofy.
I don't know if they even know that people are supposed to off to porno. I'm like, this is dumb.
It's super cheesy.
how
Those
can
are
you
the
jerk
getting
off to that
stuck in
shit?
the washing machine type of scripts and stuff.
Yeah. Or Jordy getting bench pressed by Phoenix Marie. That's cool. Eye candy. You know, if you want to see
I
like
haven't seen that
jackass for porno, that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to jerk off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I'm making porno for the guy that's got his dick in his hand and he's trying to figure out if I'm going to fucking to big tits or fucking little teens or fucking black chicks or fucking Asian massage parlor. You know, that guy who's like, right now, and I can't find something to jerk to. But it's not going to be a stupid ass Brazzers ad. No offense, Brazzers. So then let's come back to that. Who right now is doing sexy porno? I mean, where here I'm a photographer, right? I can't remember the last time I shot a really good set of pretty girl images.
Really?
Yeah, because you have to have all the 4 elements to make a girl pretty, right?
Ooh, tell me.
You have to have an attractive woman.
Okay.
With great makeup, wardrobe to match, and a fucking location that matches all that. You have to, that's the 4 things that make an attractive woman for solo work.
Okay.
Via magazine or whatnot.
Okay.
And you know who I shoot for, when I love them. I love Team Skeet, but it's all the family shit. And they want a mom to look like a fucking real mom. Well, I can't shoot pretty girls like that because she looks dull. You know what I'm saying? When you send wardrobe to a woman that looks like it's out of J.C. Penney catalog for the purpose of making her role fit, and then you ask me to take some glamour shots of this girl, what's glamorous about J.C. Penney catalog? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I'm old enough to know the J.C. Penney catalog when catalogs were this thick, when you ran through all the pages, and maybe
yeah.
I'm a 9-year-old fucking boy back then, and that was the only access to I had to. Oh, let me get to the underwear department, the female underwear department, so I can look at some skin.
Yeah. Oh, that's
But it's
so
not attractive
funny.
when I'm trying to take pretty girls, you know. And
Yeah.
if I'm giving you the challenge, I'm putting the burden on you to tell us who is the glamour company right now. What sexy porn is. I mean, it used to be Playboy. It used to be Penthouse. And as fucking raw as Hustler was, they took very good pride in dressing their girls up in sexy ass heels, dope lingerie, fucking multi-million-dollar fucking locations in Beverly Hills and in the Valley and somewhere in Southern California. Mm-hmm. When's the last time you were on set with a real location? I'm talking a mansion. Never happened. Because we shoot in condos, we shoot in we're in Vegas, so we shoot sometimes in hotels. But
I
a
did
fucking
shoot
dope
in a mansion. I did once.
That's sad.
Yeah.
That's sad.
But it was beautiful. And I didn't know that's where I was going. So I
Okay.
go to a location and I'm like, holy shit. But I was driving to LA, so I got in kind of late because, 4-5 hour drive from me that day.
Yep.
And so I wasn't informed that that's where I was going. If I had known that, I would have been more prepared because I would have wanted to stay. I guess it was like an Airbnb, but they're specific, not officially an Airbnb, but it was like a location like that where I maybe could have stayed overnight, but I didn't know that. And if I had, I would have wanted to stay and do solo stuff because it was so beautiful. It was
Right.
this huge mansion with really interesting decor to you'd want to use the house.
Right.
I didn't know I was getting into that. I thought it was going to be like another hotel or another, just a basic house where it's nothing spectacular.
Right.
So that was kind of a treat to shoot there. But that was once.
All right.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. So then you got to answer the question. Who's shooting sexy porn right now?
I really don't know.
Is Vixen and Black considered sexy?
I think that's what they're going for.
Okay. So is that it then?
Maybe.
Because when I hear girls come across and talk to girls that come into my sets, that seems to be the goal. Is I want to do Vixen, I want to do Black. Because girls always want to look hot, be the hottest, glamour or sluts or whatever the fuck that's on their mind.
Right.
You can always do super fucking whore, sexy stuff for like Evil Angel or a Jules Jordan or what Mike Adriano's got a pretty good line with Tushy or whatever his lines are. And that model's been around for 20 or 30, maybe longer. Mm-hmm. But really, really glamour stuff, I don't see much of it.
But that's what all the girls want, but that's really not
It doesn't
out
exist.
there.
Yeah.
Do you have any recommendations? Because your background is video and photography,
Right.
and so how to make a model look great.
100%. I have all those elements, but it's just nobody wants that right now. So it's very tough. I'm like, man, is somebody just going to let me off the blocks? Because otherwise I'm just stuck, making women look like, some soccer mom, and if that's the fantasy, that's great.
Is it though?
But that's the thing. I think you just touched on what's very, very important. I've been saying this for a long time. But so porn goes in trends. So I've been around 30 years. I'm 50 years old as a person. And the trends tend to go every 10 years, right? Maybe a little bit longer. And let's start with, I started, let's say 96 I started. That was hardcore gonzo. There's two things. I actually came in the business for photography. 2 years later, I was working for Anabolic Diabolic, which was at least as competitive in the gonzo market as Evil Angel. They don't exist anymore. And I also came in and PA'd for Vivid, which would be the premier porn site for the what people used to say would be porn stars.
Okay.
Glamour porn stars. Okay? Because I don't really consider the glamour porn stars to be porn stars, but they're legit porn stars. You're talking like a Jenna Jameson. Like a legit Jenna Jameson back in 96 was a Vivid contract girl.
Okay.
And there's probably 10 bombshells that were Vivid contract girls, Wicked Head contract girls. I don't even know who's a contract girl. How many are there? Maybe 5? See, that's the thing in the past too. People don't even know what a contract girl is. It's a girl that's glued to a company because she turns so many faces and she turns, a profit.
Right.
Who's contracted to who now?
The only ones I'm aware of at this point are like Brazzers has like their team. It looks like I'm guessing, maybe 20 people.
Yeah.
Ish.
The only one I know right now, because I don't really pay attention to them too much, is Alexis Fox.
Okay.
And I think I heard that she had just signed another year or something with Brazzers.
I know Angela White and Alex Jones. There's
the French guy. No,
no, the tall guy.
Yeah, he's a cool dude.
There's a whole crew.
Yeah.
But yeah, so for people who don't know what that means, the contract star is the person who's signed on with that company and they're exclusive.
Correct.
Right. So that's not really how it's done anymore.
No.
Those are the ones that, like you said, they turn heads.
Yeah.
They pull in money. They want them exclusive to their brand.
Right.
So.
And every company used to have 1 or 2 contract stars. Even the most hardcore would have 2 hardcore, 3 like the best gonzo / I'll take 20 dicks on the ass girls. They would all be contract. Everybody had a contract.
Oh, okay. So maybe that was what the end of the porn star era was like kind of the end of those contracts. I mean, like you said, there's still some today, but
right.
Comparatively, it's so much less.
Yeah, because there's there's the do-it-yourself. It's do-it-yourself porn now, right?
Yeah.
There's all these platforms where you can do it yourself, and you want to be on OnlyFans because they carry the biggest name, but they are also the biggest pain in the ass because they change their terms all the time.
They don't like sex workers.
You can kind of do porn, which is funny because they were started by sex workers. I've never seen the documentary or whatever. Have you seen the documentary?
No, I haven't.
On Netflix? I should watch it once, but I know how they got started, so I'm like, it's going to be packed full of lives. Because there's a Thai guy Thai performer named Kenny Styles. He's out of London, and I think Chris Fox, some other guy. There's a handful of porn people that helped put it together, and it got started by porn people.
So then, did they sell it?
They sold it.
Okay, so they sold it to people who.
And I think there's been a couple different buyers since then.
Oh, okay.
But I don't follow the business side of porn too much. But, I mean, coming back to, what would I tell a girl in the business? Yeah, you have to save your money. It's the same thing we've always been telling the girls. But now it's even more relevant. It's because then if you didn't save your money, you can go to work the next day and keep making money. Because there was enough work that you could do 2 scenes a day. For just about anybody,
Well, my advice would also be to learn how to do everything else. Learn how to edit. Learn how to pose. Learn how to perform.
Right.
Watch your own content so you know how to get better. I mean, that's one thing I know a lot of women in particular don't want to watch themselves.
Right.
They don't like how they sound. They don't like how they look. They're super critical. How do you get better if you're not watching it? How do you know that it's good if you're not watching it?
Yeah, and you should probably emphasize that anytime you're around a young person or people that have that mentality. I don't want to watch. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, if you're shooting straight porn, it's really all about the girl. And, you know, the biggest frustration is working with a girl that everybody is trying to make her look pretty, but she's not trying to cooperate.
How did she not cooperate?
Well, with all those things that you just said, learning how to pose, learning how to not look like an idiot. Mm-hmm. You know, there was an Asian girl back in the day named Sabrina Maui, super pretty. But when she first started out, I would be like, okay, give me your pretty face, your sexy face. And her sexy face was an angry face.
Okay.
So that's what she thought was sexy. And I'm like, no, we got to change that because you look angry when you're making that face. You know, but if I didn't say something or somebody didn't say something, then they just let it go, then it's like that cameraman that it didn't help you get toilet paper off your pussy.
Right.
It's like, we're all here to make you look good.
Right.
But if you don't want to look good, then we can't help you. You know, it's like, you know, when you're in an awkward position in porno, when you're getting fucked, you want to make sure that your face is towards the camera.
Right.
Even when you're acting, right? Mm-hmm. You're not going to turn your back towards the camera.
Right.
Right? But if people have to keep telling you how to do your job, when it's all about you, you know, it does get frustrating.
Right.
So do learn your craft. If you're going to be a porn star or in porn, learn it.
Yeah. There's times where, like, especially when I'm editing, right? I'm like, okay, I like what I'm seeing. And I'm like, oh, I wish I could see more of my face. And then right at that moment, I turn my head. I love it. I love it when it happens because I'm just when I'm seeing it, I'm directing. And then I see myself do it. And I'm like, yes. Because I've edited enough times where I'm like, I know what I want the camera to see.
Right.
And so for the ones who aren't willing to edit their own stuff, I'm always just like, how do you get better? I don't really get that. So that's what's helped me. I remember you made a comment that was so, I have to bring this up because I thought it was so funny. Because you said you don't really like to shoot girls with big ass.
Correct.
And I was like, excuse me. I'm feeling a certain way about that. And so elaborate on that for me. Because what did you mean? Because I thought that was funny.
Okay, so I don't like shooting with women with big asses because you can't see the penetration shot around a big butt cheek. It's very hard to find the angle. In fact, it's funny that you mentioned that because I just shot a super skinny teener with no ass, and it was heaven for me. I'm like, I can see everything. I don't have to work around a big butt to see that his dick is in you from any position.
Right.
Because the meat and potatoes of trying to get people to jerk, this is, you know, old school thinking maybe, to jerk off to porn and say that you're actually doing porno. It's the penetration shot. Because if you don't have a penetration shot, then it's softcore.
Yeah.
I don't care if he's fucking balls deep in your vagina. If the camera can't see it, it's softcore. So there's certain rules that you have to kind of follow when you're giving presentation. I would imagine that's across the board with anything that you film. Mm-hmm. If you're filming this, that, or the other, then you better film this, that, or the other. But we film XXX porno, so if we're filming XXX porno, I need to see that his dick is in you somewhere. It needs to be in your mouth. It needs to be in your it needs to be in your ass. And so when you have a big ass, you're limited to 2, maybe 3 visible positions, which could work because that's a sellable scene. It's a shorter scene if you're doing a clip. You know, if you have a job that's 3 minutes and 3 or 4 solid positions and you have a 20-minute clip, then you have a good scene. But the positions you can't film very easily, which are probably the most attractive positions for anybody with a big butt, would be doggy, number 1. And then probably, I don't know, maybe a cowgirl. Mm-hmm. But I think camera work could work very well with the cowgirl. So, I mean, the vagina. Let's say a vagina hole is about, the slit is about pinky, maybe. is the slit, right?
Right.
And if I have a butt cheek, can you see the whole
covering?
You can't see the anymore. So he could fuck it all day long if my camera can't get past that butt cheek. And you know, girls with big butts normally can't reach their butt. They can't get around that ass to pull it open in a way that helps out the camera guy, right? Because you have to get as close to your butthole as possible to spread your butt open.
Right.
Right.
So I'm gonna help the girls out here for a second because there's still a way to do it, but what feels natural isn't going to be what you're gonna do here.
No.
If you're having sex on camera to have it feel natural, you're doing the wrong thing.
100%.
This is not for you. But if the woman is kind of, so wherever the camera is, if the camera's over here, you're gonna turn your body, kind of angle yourself so your butt is facing more of the camera and your boobs are facing more of the camera, so your body's twisted a little bit. So now you can reach because you're kind of torqued to the side.
Yep.
And then you're going to pull that cheek out of the way so they can get a good shot. I don't keep it there the whole time.
With your hand spreading your ass?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll put it back there and I want to make sure you get a good shot, and then I'll probably put it down and let them do whatever, and then I'll go and I'll do it again. Because I want to make sure that you can see what you need to see, but also like the whole time it gets a little awkward at times. But so for the girls with the big butts, just learn.
No, that's important because, you know, your face has to be towards the camera side too if you're in the doggy position. And yes, you're right. You do have to twist up and crunch up. It's like you have to do an accordion thing with your hip. Right, that's your pivot point. You have to turn this way. You can't twist weird to do some weird exorcist crap. You have to turn around, look at the camera. And yeah, you're right. I mean, there's a way to do all of the positions perfectly. But is somebody going to spend time with you on set to teach you? Most cameramen and directors won't. Most guys don't know how to do. Most guys now don't know how to show you. And if he's really a good performer, he's going to tell you how to do it in the middle of the shot, and you're not even know that he's doing it because he's telling you in a seductive way that the viewers don't know that he's actually telling you to fucking open up the camera. He's not being like, open up the camera, bitch. He's saying, grab that ass and let me see that ass, baby.
Yep.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you grab that ass. You don't know that what he's really told you to do is open your ass for the camera so the motherfuckers can see the position. Because that's what I'm thinking.
Yes.
I'm thinking, open the fucking camera, open your ass so my motherfuckers can off to you later.
Right.
But he's super smooth about it. You know, he'll reach out and grab your fucking hair and move your head onto the camera side. But it looks like it's a very sexy grab. Oh, he just pulled her hair. Is what dude's thinking. I'm like, he didn't just pull her hair. He moved her fucking face so the camera could see it. So his asshole old director isn't fucking complaining that this girl sucked.
Yes.
And I'm like, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Tommy Gunn. Thank you, Mace. Thank you, fucking, you know, any fucking performer that knows what they're doing. I think Xander Corvus is great. J-Mac is awesome. Shout out to all the old guys because they outfuck these young guys. As far as camera goes. And yeah, you know, if you're talking about opening up with a big booty like yours, yeah, you just have to do that. And then, honestly, if a girl with a big butt can twerk and the guy stays still,
oh, yeah.
then there's evidence of the opening because you have to relax your butt muscles up enough to have like this butterfly rhythm, right? Your butt's opening up and it's closing up and it's opening and closing and then we can see it. Oh, yeah, she's fucking, dude. And there is the penetration shot.
Oh.
So maybe, you know, because I was working with Luna Lark and, you know, we were shooting a POV. We're doing a collab. She has a big butt. It was a reverse cowgirl from the POV, which is not an easy position to do anyway.
No.
And I have a normal dick, maybe smaller than in porno. But I'm like, I didn't have to give her "don't let me fall out" speech. It's gonna fall out because she already knew. I was like, I'm laying here. I'm gonna be still. She twerked on me from POV reverse cowgirl. Didn't fall out once. I saw everything. And in that twerk, she didn't have to reach around and grab her own ass.
Oh.
She based out, twerked her ass. I'm holding the camera steady as fuck. And boom, it was fucking beautiful. So, yeah.
She's
if
a great
you know
performer.
your craft,
Right.
you're going to be on point. And it's interesting when you're on set with somebody that knows what they're doing. You're like, holy shit, I was supposed to be doing that the whole time? From a male or female's perspective, you know? Because some of the newer guys, no matter how much you tell them, they still don't get it until they see somebody else that knows what they're doing do it. And then it's the lightning, the light bulb goes up. Oh, I was supposed to do that the whole time. Yeah, for the last 3 years, motherfucker. For the last 3 years, like you said, you were supposed to fuck on an angle, not into her vagina.
Yeah. I know
Right?
that's the weirdest part. Like that doggy position I was just talking about. My body might be twisted to the left. His body is still opening to the right because you still have
That's
to
right.
see.
You need a diagram. This should be a play-by-play like football.
Yeah.
People, you need to like the fucking screen over here to be like X's, O's, curve, this,
Yeah.
that, and the other, because people will never understand that. You have to have that triangle. If I can put that triangle between his body and your body, that's enough space to get the camera,
Okay.
right? Because that means your ass is open here. This is his dick. Because this is what dude wants to do. He wants to fuck your hole. The new guys all want to fuck your vagina.
Right.
You can't fuck your vagina. It's in there. It's in her pussy.
You'll find
legit.
it. Don't worry. It's there.
But if let's say this is your vagina, you can't fuck all the way in.
Like,
Viewers. You
you-
can't fuck in.
Like you said,
You have
down the
to
hallway
fuck-
before,
You have to
right?
fuck this way. If
Right.
my face is the camera, you have to fuck on this angle so I can see the penetration.
Yep.
As soon as you do this leg is blocking the whole shot.
Mm-hmm.
And a big old booty cheek will block that shot. You have to fuck on the I don't know, a 45-degree angle to keep that
Yeah.
opening. And it, like you said, Luna's a great performer, and I know dudes that with 5 or 6 inch dicks, regular dicks, that can fuck better than dudes with 10-inch dicks. I'm like, if this dude with a 5-inch dick can open up on anybody, you big dick motherfuckers don't have no
excuses.
bro. None.
Yeah, but also, I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, just from a director's perspective, do you have guys that are maybe on the smaller side who, because they're smaller, they know they have to be better performers, so they try harder? Because I feel like with a big dick, this isn't even just with sex, but also just in dating and in life, it's like, I have a big dick, so I don't have to fucking do anything. I don't have to try. I just have to show up and like, that's it. Do you feel like that happens in porn? Where you can
On a
have,
certain level, for sure.
yeah.
Yeah. And that's not fair. That's just the way that's biblical. It's not fair. Sometimes you got to work harder than this other motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? And that's just the way it goes. So here's a good example. If you have big tits and a big ass, and the scene requires a big tits and big ass, that might be the only requirement. You could be an asshole. You don't have to be hygienic. You can whatever. I'm just throwing all. But she's qualified. She's got big tits and a big ass. But some of these girls with smaller asses and smaller tits, they have to work harder. But in the case of a little dick dude, no. They have a different fucking style.
How so?
So if, let's just say we're using responsible male performers.
Okay.
Let's just start there, okay? And we got anybody with a big dick and anybody with a small dick, but they're both still responsible male performers, right?
Okay.
And by responsible, that means they know how to handle a woman in a porn scene.
Okay.
They know how to pull your hair for the porn scene. They know how to fish hook you for a porn scene. They'll know how to choke you for a scene. They're going to know how to slap you if it goes in that direction, right? And it's going to be a good crack, but it's not going to be an I hate you, I'm a brand new porn star kind of whack you across the face slap. It's a slap that goes in sex at certain times.
Right.
And many, many girls, in my experience, do enjoy to get slapped across the face. I don't know about you, but every once in a while, there's a good slap that comes with that, and that's a responsible porn star. Now, the little dude is always going to fuck more vigorously than the big dude. We're talking about responsible for porno.
Okay.
Because they're both putting on a show. Like you said, big dude just walks in with a big dick, doesn't have to do much. Right. That's a fucking fact. Now, if all 10 inches are in her pussy, how much dick is spared for the camera? None. So it doesn't matter if he has a 10-inch dick. I'm not seeing any. So if he's a responsible guy, he's only fucking with, and he wants to, and if he wants to peacock, if he wants to be flamboyant and show how big his dick is, he's only fucking with 2 or 3 inches of it.
Really?
Because 7 inches is he's given the camera.
Oh.
That's a responsible male porn star. Do you understand?
Okay.
So if the littler dick dude is trying to create the same situation, big dick or not, he could still only have 2 inches of cock in her because he needs to show me 3. Or he needs to figure out how to open up in order to do so. So here's a male equivalent of a big butt for a woman.
Okay. Oh, this is
The
fascinating.
male equivalent for a big butt for a woman is a man's thighs.
Oh.
If you see any of these dudes and they're working, and they're doing leg day and they got fucking big old thighs, I challenge you to pick up a camera and try to get past the dude's big ass thighs. Okay. You cannot do it. Especially if he doesn't know how to fuck. Okay. So he could have a 20-inch dick, but if my camera can't get past his leg, he don't have a dick at all.
Oh.
Because now I got to get past motherfucking some Michelin man who's half of his dick or more is hidden behind this big ass leg, and the other half is in her pussy. So now half and half.
Okay.
I got no dick on camera. It's in her pussy and it's behind his leg. Very, very frustrating.
Okay.
So it's the same philosophy. When you're shooting a guy, shoot a skinny guy. Because you don't have to worry about trying to get around big ass legs, a big ass butt.
Okay.
All I want to see is his dick in her pussy. And so when you have less appendages to worry about, it's fucking great for the camera guy.
Yeah.
Because you're actually putting on a show, a visual show for the viewers.
So I never really thought about that before because it does seem like a lot of male performers are on the slender side, but not entirely. There's like athletic types. There's a handful of bigger guys, but it sounds like that's very intentional that they're choosing men who are more lean for shooting just because like you said, logistically it's easier.
Yes. Also, you want a guy in shape, especially nowadays. Back then when it was strictly gonzo, if you're shooting gonzo stuff, a dude could come in and fuck a girl for 30 minutes and the scene would be over.
Right.
I mean, you just do like a 10-minute tease of a girl in the bathtub, show off who she is sexually. Got a hot chick, bathtub, doing all sorts of bathtub stuff. Dude walks in, fucks her for 25, 30 minutes, and it's over. But you know, these ridiculous scripts nowadays that have nothing to do with sex, it's all about how much time you can waste on the fucking algorithms of the fucking tube sites.
Right.
So they can capitalize on whatever, I don't know, however Pornhub makes money. These guys got to stay harder longer.
Oh.
So I would select a guy that looks more fit just because I'm assuming he has stamina to make it through the day.
Right.
Whether he's doing the Viagra or Trimex. Because Trimex, you know, if you're injecting your dick, it only lasts so long. You know what I mean? Even if you don't have to worry mentally about the boner. In Viagra, you still have to be mentally in the game, but you have to have cardio. You have to have a running game if you're a dude in the business. And you know, you have to, if you're doing reverse cowgirl, it should last 5 minutes. We can get to the 5-minute and 60-second rule in a minute. But this let's come back to the responsible male performers. The littler dick dude's always going to fuck faster. He's going to be a little bit more wild and put on more of a performance because that's what he has to do to sell the game. He could still show the penetration. But he's the guy who's more inclined to rabbit fuck you, slap you across the face, choke you, pull your hair. Because, the dude that walking in the big dick already knows I got the big dick. Same with the girl with the big tits. I already know I got the big tits. I don't have to do much. I have to shake my tits around, and people are like, yeah, that's what I want to see. I have to put baby oil on my titties, and we're good for the day. Do you know what I mean? Like, maybe we'll do a fucking jogging intro with some titties bouncing.
Right.
You know,
okay, but if so, for the girls that don't, what do they have to do to make up for not having big boobs?
Well, it's a great day to be in porn. When I started, there's no such things as MILF and teens. You were just a very beautiful girl, and then you were in any part of the magazines, right? If you have no tits now, then or you're a littler, then you should try to elevate your game with sex talk, with being a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more wild, maybe better. More theatrical jobs, some good guts. Like
sloppier, messier.
Something
okay,
like that's good. But But what I'm saying is easier for girls with less of a body nowadays. It's because then you're automatically put in the teen category, which we all know sells. Mm-hmm. So if you have a teen body, the flatter the better. You know, you want a fucking boy's chest and a vagina if you're doing teen porn, because then they're going to sell you, you know, in a way that appears that you're underage. We know you got the IDs, but the viewer's going to mentally put you in this.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Kind of freaky. Sorry.
Yeah.
It
It is, but we know what the game is. If we're being
Yeah.
honest, we know the game. You
Yeah.
know, so does Pornhub, so does Xvideos, so does every fan that watches porno. And all of the comedians that make fun of step porn. You know, we know the game, but going full circle now, it's boring as fuck, right? Because it's ran its course. Right? So everything is cyclical, right? So it went from Gonzo, and then it went into the reality porn, right? With Bang Bus. You know, when Bang Bus opened up in Miami, everybody on the West Coast was like, who the fuck is this, right? So it took us about a year to be like, that's a legit porn company? Because nobody knew that there was anything going on in Miami, right? And then when everybody copied the reality trend, people got bored of tears of that. And then after the reality trend, the technology of the camera changed the game, right? So then all of a sudden you're going from video cameras to the DSLR, which is what we all run on that camera, and that camera can shoot against white backgrounds with. So whenever you're arguing against a mediocre fucking mainstream editor, and it's like, you're not supposed to shoot into a window. I'm like, fuck you, because the fucking DSLR changed the whole game. You can shoot into a fucking window. You don't have to have your back against a window and shoot some obnoxious colored fucking set walls that you fucking see in the fucking 1990s. Old porn is shot like that. So what happens is XArt comes along and they put everybody in white and they just put everything against a fucking big ass fucking blown out window, and it creates that very sexy mood. Anybody could go to XArt right now and be like, oh, that's fucking beautiful. And then so Porn Pros takes that and be like, okay, well, their sex is boring. Let's do the XArt vibe and make it better sex. So then me and Beefcakes from Porn Pros were like, we do Passion HD, which fucking goes gangbusters, right? We eliminated the dialogue, which we didn't know at the time, but our DVD salespeople were like, that's fucking great, because now we don't have to fucking translate it. We shot the actions in a way that you knew as a viewer what the fuck was going on. It also eliminated the bad acting, right? And the stupid fucking dialogue delivery, because it's not believable.
Right.
You know, girl's taking a bath, guy comes in, he pours water over her body, but there's no words said, there's music over the top, and you just get our, you know, very fancy shots with the low, shallow depth of field and all that stuff, and that goes boom. What comes after that is blacked, which, by the way, blacked, if you're out there, Lansky, I had the idea first, along with fucking Bobby Beefcakes from Porn Pros. However, the owners didn't want to go with that. It wasn't called blacked. But when Passion HD took off, they were like, what are we going to do next? And we said, we should do a black site like this. No, we don't. We're not thinking it. No. Then, of course, Lansky came out with blacked, and that's the end of that.
Okay.
So now, what the last 10 years have been fucking incest porn, right? Which is fucking ran its course.
I hope so.
And to what you said was like, do people really jerk off to it? I think that's what you said. And I'm like, I don't. It's boring as fuck. This is the dumbest shit ever. And it might have been cool for the first 2 or 3 real taboo movies in the 80s when, you know, moms and sons and everybody was really fucking. But when it becomes corny and the fantasy is eliminated, not saying everybody's trying to fuck their parents or siblings or kids, but when it's become boring and monotonous, just like all the ads on Brazzers that are like this, could somebody please step up and create the new genre of porn? Because it's going to happen.
What do you think it could be?
Who knows? That's the guessing game, right? Because it's so easy when you're following the trend. Like, if you would have said, man, I just should have shot into a window with my fucking DSLR. I could have been XR. Yeah, but you didn't think about that, motherfucker.
Yeah, you didn't
copied
do it.
You copied it.
Right.
But you didn't do it. So I can't answer that question. Somebody somewhere has something up their sleeve that they're hiding from us, and then all of a sudden it's going to make waves, and then the entire industry is going to copy them. You know, you might have thought that it would have been the VR shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think a lot of people are doing VR, but I don't think that's the trend.
No,
That's
and
gonna
I
take
know
over.
VR is growing, I think, and I have friends that are in that space that are
Yeah.
really like seeing some growth. I actually even have a VR camera, although I always have so many tech problems. I need to come have you help me. That is not my wheelhouse. But it's been around though. So I don't feel like that's going to be the
No,
thing.
it's
That's
got to be a new
the
sex style, like a
yeah.
believable sex style. Because you know what, the reality porn, when it came on from Miami, that wasn't the first time it was done. And picking up a girl off the street and making it look believable. Fucking
Right.
Buttman, John Stagliano, I think, and Rocco Siffredi did it years before that for Evil Angel. I think Stagliano would walk around with Rocco Siffredi and just interview girls on the street for some of the original Buttman movies. So they just it all goes in cycles. Well, so we'll see what happens next. I mean, remember, MILFs didn't have a fucking place, and neither did teens. So I don't know. Maybe they'll invent something else. I mean,
What do you think? Like, do you feel like AI might make its way into that new scenario somehow?
well, I thought that that's possible. I think I thought of the idea a few years ago. Well, if this technology takes off, then anybody human is not going to have a fucking job.
Oh yeah.
Anybody human is going to be like a afterthought to the AI character that an individual can create on their own. If I can talk into ChatGPT or something, whatever that fucking program is, and just articulate what I want in my porn star, and it can draw it for me and also animate it for me on the spot, I'm never gonna off to a human being again.
No, never.
No, because it's gonna be a thing of the past. It'll be like I created my own girl
Yeah.
to fuck however I want to fuck. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then I'm like, you know what? Let's do smaller boobs tonight, and let's do different ethnicity. And then they're just gonna go with it. And then you could like take a picture of the girl that you're fantasizing about, and like, hey, put this face on my fucking AI doll. Cool. You can fuck any celebrity you want. You can fucking take a picture of a fucking girl in the street. Yeah, I want to fuck this girl. Put her up for me. I don't know. I think AI's got something coming.
Yeah.
So we're all gonna be out of jobs, just like checkers at a fucking grocery store, right?
Yeah, but
Gotta
I
do
get
it
so
yourself.
I get so pissed when I have to do it myself. I'm like, I'm not getting fucking paid for this.
I want to slip and see if I can get workman's comp. I'm like, I'm working, motherfucker. Can I get workman's comp?
I used to work in a grocery store, so when I'm bagging my own shit, I'm like, you know what? Fuck you. I
Yeah.
want a human to help me with this.
I do too.
So maybe another phase will be AI, like we're talking about.
Yeah.
But then I think people will be starving for something real again. So maybe real porn can come back. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't think it's going away.
No.
But I do see how that can interrupt the whole industry.
Well, you work a lot with the small, well, not the small and the big individual platforms. What do fans expect from OnlyFans these days? What do they expect from ManyVids or Clips for Sale? I mean, you know, because there's so many people using these, but why is it still hard to make waves on those or earn a living without working 24/7?
Well, that's the thing is it's so... I've talked to people who are like, oh, I thought about starting an OnlyFans to make some extra money. And I'm like, bitch, you have no clue how much work this is. It is. People want to sell it as an afterthought. You're not qualified to do anything else. Like people can talk all mad shit about OnlyFans girls, but that is more than a full-time job.
Right.
It is so much work. Not only in how the messaging, the uploading, the interaction, engagement, all like it's an enormous workload. And that's one platform. Then you want to go to Loyal Fans, Fansly, Fan Central, any of the other fan sites.
Right.
And then you're also looking at, you're trying to engage on social media, which can't be too sexual because then you're going to get deplatformed.
Right.
So, it's like we were talking about wearing all the hats. You have to be the marketing team, the editing team, you have to do all the grunt work and be the star. So people just, they sell it short, I think, and it's enormous. So, it's fun.
Right.
But as far as the future of things, I don't know. And I think people are also getting jaded on those platforms because there's a lot of shenanigans and fake stuff and catfishing and stuff going on too. So I think a lot of people are becoming just kind of jaded by the experience altogether. So I don't know.
Well, that's a very cutthroat business, I think, right? Because it's either you as the performer or the actor versus gotta get them take as much money as you can. This is I'm just thinking from my perspective because I'm not on OnlyFans. Versus a fan who's trying to get something from you for as cheap as possible.
Yes.
Right. So then there's the negotiation, which most performers aren't negotiators. Most will sell themselves short. Most of them will go batshit crazy trying to accommodate a 10-page script for $50 that they had to negotiate back and forth for a fucking month. And then if you decide to find an OnlyFans management company that will help you out with the everyday dealings with some of the fans, then you're with a management company who's not trustworthy, right? I mean, how many bad experiences do people have with management companies? They're either good or they're bad, or they start good and they sort of peter out, or, it's tough. But no, I don't think anybody that's shooting can do it all. If you're focused on collabing with men and women, that takes part of your day. Finding out what they want, finding out what you want, scheduling it around both your times, and then, filming it and then editing and all that. How do you have time or energy to talk to the fans? Because they need attention, right? And that's an 8 to 10 hour full-time job, talking with your fans. So
it's crazy. That's why there was a period of time where I was just like, okay, I've got, like you said, 8 to 10 hours a day just on one platform.
Yes.
Then I've got to do social media stuff. Then I'm also a parent. Like, it's just trying to negotiate my day, and my schedule is its own special kind of challenge.
But that's why I say, you have to have keep a full-time job or do a part-time job, because doing that is next to impossible.
I mean, I've done it. It's hard, but this is the full-time job.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, for me to make time to do this is really special to me. But I'm doing this is a passion project.
Okay.
I mean, I think I told you about this a couple of years ago that I wanted to do this. I don't remember. It took a minute. Yeah. But I'm a little slow out the gate, but I'm here.
Congratulations.
Thank you. But it's something that I felt like if I don't do this, I'm going to regret it. It's going to sit with me forever. And I was just like, I don't really care what comes of it. That's why we could talk about whatever we want to talk about.
Right.
Because it doesn't matter. I just want to do it for myself and have good conversations. Because we have conversations like this off camera.
Right.
And like we can go all over the place with it. I don't want to, I want to respect your time and I won't keep you too much longer, but I did want to ask you about one last thing that's not porn related. And, you can keep it as short or long as you want. But I'm curious because we were talking the other day and we both like shoot guns. And I found out that you also, you're into archery too?
Yes.
How does that happen? How did you get into archery?
I got into archery in probably 2012. 2011 maybe.
Okay.
And the reason I got into it is because one of the location houses that we were using in the San Fernando Valley was right next to Balboa Park, which had like, I don't know, a dozen or so, maybe more. I can't verify for sure. Don't fact check me now. But they had outdoor archery lanes since I think the '84 Olympics. And you can see them from the freeway. And I was like, man, if I'm like a block away from here almost every single day, I'm going to go, let me pick up some archery.
Okay.
I don't know anything about it, except it looked kind of fun. I'm like, okay, cool, let me go get a crossbow. This is my thought process. I can't remember if fucking, what's that zombie show?
Walking Dead.
Walking Dead was around at the time.
Okay.
So the crossbow might have been inspired by The Walking Dead.
That's pretty hot.
Some military fucking YouTube channels where they're talking about the bolt of a freaking crossbow will go through a car door. I'm like, oh, that's dope, dude. Let me get something powerful.
Yeah.
But not knowing any of that stuff, I had to start researching getting a bow. I was able to take a couple free classes. They did have some volunteers at that range that would teach like a Wednesday class for free, and they provided bows and stuff. So I learned on a long bow and a recurve bow, and I've kind of stuck with that. They're more traditional archery. A lot of people like the compound bows. They have like these wheels, these cams.
Those look
on 'em
crazy.
and stuff like
Don't they have like
that.
triggers? Like it's like a gun.
Yeah, and so you might as well shoot a gun. That's my thought. I'm like, if you're
Right.
gonna do archery like freaking like American Indians and like ancients from all over the fucking globe.
Right.
Real archery. If
Right.
you're gonna pull a trigger, get a goddamn AR-15 and fucking smoke somebody with that shit. But I killed a deer with my fucking compound bow. You know, because it requires strength and fucking all that shit. Then I just picked it up and I got pretty good at it. I think I pull a 45-pound bow, and I used to be able to shoot. I don't know. I used to try to pull 200 times, and I think that would take about 2 hours because I used to shoot here at the Bass Pro Shop, and they were really cool. They weren't really like clock watchers on their lanes.
Oh, okay.
It was affordable. Most people there were like kind of like a weird family. You'd pay like $5 or $7 or whatever it is for the hour. But you could stay however long you wanted. Nobody was giving a shit. So I did Bass Pro Shop for a long time. And I just felt like because I was shooting a traditional bow, that if I could pull it back and shoot about 200 arrows, whether I was on target or not, if I ever decided to hunt, which I haven't, then I could probably hold my bow for 2 or 3 minutes or 4 minutes if there was a target I was trying to line up. That I have to hold it.
So you built up
Because you
that
have
strength.
to hold a traditional bow with all of your strength and ability. The cheat with the compound bow is not only do you have a trigger, you also have a sight, right? And then once you pull halfway, the cam takes over the weight of the pull. So now you're just like hanging out. So it's not just waiting. It's like. And for me, I'm like, that's not really a challenge, dude. That's nah, dude.
Yeah, that's
If you're gonna hunt an animal with a bow, it's be all in.
yeah, be
For
all
me.
in. I like that. I like that. Yeah, because one of my kids is really into that. So let's go.
We should go, dude. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, and I have my gun that I haven't shot for a while.
Pro guns, yeah. Kamala, she has guns.
I took it to the shooting range, and I think I told you this. I was shooting, and I've noticed that I shoot a little bit to the left, right? So I was trying to kind of correct that, and he said, the guy who was there had been like a military marksman or something.
Okay.
He goes, I notice you're shooting with this part of your finger. Why don't you shoot with this part of your finger? And he said, and then aim for the small silhouette in the corner. And then I got it, and I hit it right in the neck. Oh. I've never felt so badass in my life. I was like, yeah.
Freaking Rambo.
Kapow!
Yeah, dude.
So yeah, I want to go again.
Yeah, dude.
So let's go.
We'll go. There's a lot of great shooters in this city.
Okay. Well,
Anytime.
Where can people find you?
I'm on Twitter at brotherlove xxx brother love BROTHERLOVE XXX at on anywhere.
Anywhere. Okay.
Just kidding. Just Twitter. I don't
Well, clearly not on OnlyFans.
Not on OnlyFans. Not on Instagram. Just porn-friendly places.
Okay.
OnlyFans doesn't like me. Instagram, I gave up on them years ago. I'm just like, if I can't put a picture up of just a fucking cute chick and you're going to ban me, I'm like, kudos to Kim K for being naked on her sites or on Instagram or with the Playboy TV had girls with nudes, from the back. I'm like, obviously it's an inside job with Google and fucking
Very
Instagram
much.
or who owns Instagram, Zuckerberg and fakes Facebook, all that shit.
Yep.
Fuck porn people, but let fucking, those people do their shit.
Yeah.
Okay. So I gave up on them. But yeah, we'll do this again and let's go shooting.
Let's go.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.